checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. So, a little while ago, they announced there was going to be a women's U.S. title. Okay? And as soon as they announced that, I thought, what? A women's U.S. title. Okay? So I thought about, well, you know, okay, we got NXT, they got a women's North American title. I never had a problem with that. But when they announced and they announced, the thing was they announced it on SmackDown, okay? They announced a new secondary women's title, the U.S. title, on SmackDown. So when they announced it, my first thought, obviously, like everybody else, was, oh my God, we're going to have a women's Intercontinental and a women's U.S. Like we're going to have one on SmackDown and one on Raw, okay? Well, then I had all these people that were like, no. It's going to be one belt that goes like from show to show. So when I heard that, I was like, okay. Like, we don't need another belt. There's too many belts. But if you're going to add a new women's secondary title, if it's going to go from brand to brand, okay, fine, whatever. Now, why did I say that? Am I sexist? No. The reason is, how many people do we have on these shows? Okay? With NXT, we have 30 singles women in NXT. 30, okay? So the fact is, when you have 30 women, all right, well, you have an NXT Women's Champion and an NXT North American Women's Champion. Fine, there's 30 women. Okay. Well, when they announced this belt on SmackDown, I was like, wait a second, SmackDown they have 12 women. That's not a verbal typo. There's 12 women. It's like, what do we need? What do we need 2 singles titles for 12 women? That's one singles title for every 6 women. Well, then people are like, oh, you know, it's gonna go from brand to brand. I was like, okay, well, you know, we got more women on Raw. Fine, okay, whatever. Man, last night they announced, well, we're gonna have a women's Intercontinental title on Raw. And then I was like, what? Hold on a second. You're actually gonna do this? You're actually gonna have a belt on SmackDown for 12 women? Now, Raw, I have less of a problem because Raw has 19 women. Okay, well, you want one belt for every 10 women. We don't need one belt for every 10 women, but that's better than one belt for every 6 women, okay? At least there's 20 women on Raw. There's 12 on SmackDown. So all night I've been like, what is going on? Why do we need... This doesn't make... But then, I think I figured this out. SmackDown is going to 3 hours.
No!
Yep. And I think that what's happening is they're going to call up another 8 women or so to the SmackDown roster. The show is going to be 3 hours long. We're going to have a 3-hour Raw and a 3-hour SmackDown. We will have 20 women on each show. And that's how they've justified having a secondary title for the women. I can't say that 100%, but that is the only thing that makes any sense. Because think about it. SmackDown has 12 women. They have 2 singles titles. You could just bring up 8 women from developmental, and then you got 20 women on Raw and 20 women on SmackDown. But SmackDown's only 2 hours. And I guess Raw's now only 2 hours as well, but I'm thinking that once they go to Netflix, Raw is going to be 3 hours. SmackDown is going to be 3 hours on USA. And they're both going to have 20 women on the roster, and thus we have 2 titles. So at the end of the day, do we need all of these belts? We do not. But if both shows end up going to 3 hours and they have 20 women on each roster, I mean, it's better than, you know, 2 2-hour shows and like 12 women or whatever. So I think that's what's happening. I think both shows are going to 3 hours in the new year. Hence, we've got these extra belts. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notify button, and you'll never miss a video again.